Well, Jane, I'm so delighted to have you. Today we have Jane DiGangi, who is the Senior Vice President of Business Operations at the Diversified Search Group. And Jane, I was hoping you could share a little bit about what the business was like, especially the privacy program, before working with Red Clover.
Great question. Happy to be here. Thanks for asking me, Jodi. Our journey started a few years ago, knowing that we needed to do these things, but not quite ready to launch and having very limited understanding of what was required of us. We cast a wide net and narrowed it down to a couple of firms to partner with us. So I think our sophistication was there was intent, but there was not the internal knowledge. And Jodi and her team, really, you guys helped us in this journey and to get us to where we are today.
And what might you say was the specific business problem that you were trying to solve for?
I would say making sure that we were being true to our highest level of service that we want to provide to our clients and our candidates. We're executive recruiters. And so it wasn't just a matter of compliance, it was a matter of personal business ethics and integrity, and wanting to make sure that we were doing the right thing and putting our clients in a position of strength and managing our candidate data by the rules. And so I think there were a lot of things that we had to unravel and then put back together. Our business systems and how our database interacts and all the platforms that we push information through, that was a learning curve for all of us, because you sort of take some of those levers for granted that they are even there, and what you're agreeing to and how to consent and how to ask consent. And so we're finding ourselves working with increasingly sophisticated client organizations that apply their rigor to our processes. So there were just a lot of things to take apart and put back together. But I think the highest level priority was making sure that we were demonstrating the importance to our clients and our candidates of their privacy and how we secure their information.
What would you describe of how it was like working with Red Clover?
It's been awesome, and I don't say that lightly. Again, referring to our process where we came to know you, I mean, I literally used a number of online services, including the Association of Executive Search Recruiters, so that we were looking at a broad range of service providers. We went to some of our colleagues, but competitors weren't really ready to reveal their resources. So it was a process of helping us identify someone that could really be a partner in this and get to know our business and understand our values and budget, quite frankly. There were a lot of important pieces to this, but I think in the end, everybody felt like, in our conversations with you, Jodi, there was never a doubt of your deep knowledge of the industry and the regulations and the requirements. What we were looking for was a partner that fit, and that you were always very reassuring. We're going to figure this out. We're going to take this step by step. You didn't throw a lot of jargon at us that was overwhelming. Your presentations were always very sophisticated and helped us visually represent where we needed to go and how we were going to get there. It was just very methodical in a good way and reassuring. And every time I put you in front of our leadership, I was like, oh, Jodi's the one, Jodi's the one, this is going to work, because it just felt like a good fit in terms of your sense of humor and your approach to, yeah, I get that this is a big deal and a big investment, but we're going to take it one step at a time and make it the right process for your business and organization.
Well, we're so grateful to have been working with you. What might you say to someone who is in the same place that you were? They're evaluating multiple firms, they're trying to make a decision. What would you say to them about working with us?
I would say sort of like how organizations choose to partner with Diversified Search Group. It's not one size fits all, but I think you have to decide what your, aside from your business objectives, what your priorities are and how you want to approach this and make it, right sized and incremental. And you were very flexible around, how we did this incrementally with different statements of work and how we managed the budget and how we were sure to include the right people. So I think for us, it was you were willing to adjust and be a partner to us. And I think that, ultimately it comes down to like what feels like the right fit. And as I said, your credentials were impeccable. Your references were very reassuring. Your obvious knowledge of the industry and the processes that we needed to undertake were always evident. But I think what people have to do is find a fit that works for them, and the team that you've brought consistently to do their different parts of our work together have all been, sort of singing the same tune and all with the same nature, and being willing to do like some of the grunt work that is sometimes required of data entry pieces of this. And so I think, it's not just a one size fits all, but you have been very willing to meet us where we needed to be at that moment. And I think that's a consideration for businesses that have a lot of pressing priorities, a lot of, different objectives to achieve, and they want to do the right thing. And I think you've been a very flexible partner.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to continuing to work together.
Thanks, Jodi. We